Hello, children. How are you? Can you guess what we are going to learn today? Today, we are going to learn a very interesting lesson called Gone with the Scooter. So, let's start.
Dear children, do you remember any story about these pictures? See these pictures carefully and tell me. Do you remember any story about these pictures? Do you remember something about the story which we read in previous class? Yes, the name of the story is Gone with the Scooter. Let's recall what we read in previous class. It was summer afternoon. Gopi was sitting in the veranda reading a book. Suddenly, he heard something rustling past and falling with a thud in the garden. He thought what it could be. Perhaps it was a mango falling from the tree. Immediately, Gopi put his book aside, got up, and ran into the garden. He searched in between the thick grass near the garden fence. But he found nothing. He looked among the bushes. Nothing was there again. Then his eyes fell on a heap of dry leaves. There was a white ball on the heap. Gopi reached out and took the ball in his hands. It was a hockey ball. Gopi thought wondered, whose ball could this be? He looked around and looked outside the gate, but could see no one. Just then he heard his mother calling, Gopi, what are you doing out in the garden? It's very hot. Come inside. Gopi went inside and drank a glass of water. He lay down on the mat and said to himself, I can't keep this ball for myself. I will ask others. In the evening, Gopi went to the nearby playground where all his friends regularly gathered to play hockey every day. Friends, this afternoon I found a ball. Did any of you lose your ball recently? Manoj said, I lost a ball 4 months ago. Gopi said, so the ball I found cannot be yours. Ramani said, then the ball is mine. How do you know? Asked Gopi. What color is it? Show me the ball and I will tell you, said Ramani smilingly. Another friend Deepak said that his father had bought him a brand new football the day before. The ball I found is a hockey ball, said Gopi. Everyone laughed. Gopi took out the ball from his pocket. Manoj took it away from Gopi and threw to Deepak. Seeing this, Gopi said at the top of his voice, Stop! I say stop! Let's play before it gets dark. Manoj went to the goalpost, as he liked to be a goalkeeper. Gopi stood at the center of the field, holding the hockey stick. He passed the ball to Deepak, who threw the ball towards Ramani. Ramani hit the ball with the stick and it went to Joy. Come on, Joy, play the shot and drive it towards the goalpost, Manoj said loudly. Joy tightened his wrist around the stick with the flat side touching the ball. He hit the ball so hard that it went past the playground gate and fell into the basket of a passing scooter. What happened next? Think about it. Who liked to be a goalkeeper? Yes, Manoj liked to be a goalkeeper. Where did the ball fall? Where did the ball fall? The ball fell into the basket of a passing scooter, is not it? What will happen next? Think, what will happen next? Will the scooterist return the ball to the children? Will the scooterist return the ball to the children? Will the scooterist give the ball to his own children? Will the scooterist give the ball to his neighbors? Think about it. Let's read. The scooterist, who was unaware of what happened, drove past. By the time the children ran to the gate, the scooter was gone, and so was the ball. They looked at each other and burst into laughter. Let's read this paragraph again. The scooterist, who was unaware of what happened, drove past. By the time the children ran to the gate, the scooter was gone, and so was the ball. They looked at each other and burst into laughter. Now, you read this paragraph on your own and tell me the difficult words. You read it? Let's discuss the meaning of the following words. Scooterist. What is the meaning of scooterist? Scooterist means a person who rides a scooter. For example, the scooterist wears a helmet. See this picture. The scooterist wears a helmet. Now, tell me the meaning of unaware. What is the meaning of unaware? It means not knowing that something is happening. Unaware means not knowing that something is happening. For example, the boy is unaware of the surprise. See this picture? The boy is unaware of the surprise. Now, tell me the meaning of drove. What is the meaning of drove? Drove is the past form of drive. It means to make a vehicle move by controlling it. For example, she drove her son to school. See this picture? She drove her son to school. Now, what is the meaning of burst into laughter? Tell me the meaning of burst into laughter. It means suddenly started laughing loudly. For example, we burst into laughter at his silly face. We burst into laughter at his silly face. See this picture. Dear students, let's understand the paragraph. The scooterist, who was unaware of what happened, drove past. What does it mean? See this picture. A scooter was passing on the road. A ball suddenly fell on his basket. The man riding the scooter did not see it and did not know what happened. So he just continued riding his scooter and went away. What would you do if you were the scooterist? Ask your friends, what would you do if you were the scooterist? Why did the scooterist drive past? Because the scooterist did not see the ball and did not know what happened. So he drove past. Was the scooterist aware of what happened? No. The scooterist was not aware of what happened. The next line is, by the time the children ran to the gate, the scooter was gone. And so was the ball. See this picture. The children saw their ball go into the basket of a scooter. They ran fast to the gate to stop the scooter. But when they reached the gate, the scooter had already gone far away. So the ball was gone too. Do you understand this? The next line is, they looked at each other and burst into laughter. See this picture. Looked at each other means they looked at their friends. Burst into laughter means they suddenly started laughing loudly. Have you ever burst into laughter with your friends? Now tell me, what will the scooterist do with the ball? Will the ball fall from the basket or will the scooterist give it to someone else? Why did the children laugh after losing the ball? The children laughed after losing the ball because it was not theirs. What do we learn from the story? We learn helping others. The story teaches us that we should help others and try to return lost things to their owners, just like Gopi tried to find the owner of the ball. Being curious and observant, Gopi notices the ball and thinks about whose it might be. This teaches children to observe things carefully and think about them. Honesty and responsibility. Gopi does not keep the ball. Instead, he tries to find the real owner, which shows honesty and responsibility. Enjoy small things. Like the children burst into laughter after losing the ball. We have read a very interesting story about Gopi and his friends and learned some new words. Now let's discuss some questions. Why did the scooterist drive past? The man riding the scooter did not see the ball and did not know what happened. So he just continued riding his scooter and went away. Look at the word scooterist. It has two parts, scooter plus ist. Similarly, write the new word for each of the following. Guitar and ist is guitarist. Motor plus ist is motorist. Tour plus ist is tourist. Art plus ist is artist. Cartoon plus ist is cartoonist. Journal plus ist is journalist. Complete the following sentences using the words given in the box. They burst dash laughter. They burst into laughter. We looked at each other. We looked at each other. She is going to the playground. Dash she wants to play. She is going to the playground because she wants to play. The ball is small. Dash it is very strong. The ball is small but it is very strong.
Today we learned a very interesting lesson called Gone with the Scooter. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, dear children. You all did a wonderful job. Bye bye.
ଖୁସିରେ ଶିଖିବା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଅଧିକାର। ନମସ୍କାର।